Hello friends, Jennifer Pearson here, Thistle Gypsy, with a, can I call it a haul? Is it big enough for a haul? It was more than I thought I'd gotten. So we had our annual, not too far away, Gem and Mineral Show. It's about an hour's drive away. And last year I wasn't able to make it. I wasn't able to go, and I think maybe I've overcompensated a little bit. But I didn't, only one item was particularly costly. And that's in this bag, and I think I'm going to leave this bag for the very end. So yeah, I'm seeing now that I've got stuff home. I didn't really see them in the bags initially. They were put out. I've got a lot of stones from Madagascar. All of these are from the same people. All right, so let's start with this kyanite. So I got some blue kyanite, and I have I don't know if it's blue or green. I think I have another piece of blue. But this one just kind of reminded me of a feather, and it was reasonably priced, and so now I've got a full stick. Not a big stick, but at least a full stick instead of like a little sliver like that. That's what I think I got last time. And I don't even know, because it's so small, that I ever showed it. I also got another garnet. This is a rough garnet, and I don't know how translucent it is, but I don't know. I just find that I really like these rough garnets. I have another one that's, I don't know, maybe half the size of this, a third the size of this. There I can see a little red flash in there. And I wanted one a little bigger, but they, I couldn't get too much bigger than this because they're still not cheap. And then this, which I was really surprised to even find, which is azurite. It's like one of those stones. I thought, well, I'll never own that. I never see that. And I'll probably end up keeping it in the bag because it's a little piece, and I don't know if you're going to see how sparkly, that intense. I mean, it's small, but the sparkles on it, not on that side. There we go. And I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but it's just super sparkly. Really a fantastic little sparkly piece. I mean, look at that. With azurite. Yeah. So that was like, oh, azurite, my God. There was another, this one was a my God too, just because we haven't seen much of it. I have never seen it at a show, and I understood that there was a scarcity of it, but that seems to have broken. It seems to no longer be the case. I'll do these. This was a really nice couple with a booth, and she gave me this, and now I can't remember if it's chrysoprase or chrysocolla. But I was kind of looking at various pieces, and they were a bit, I don't know, it was a bit costly. Maybe this is Amazonite. I bet it is, because she saw me eyeing a slab of Amazonite, and this is kind of like a slab, so I bet that's what this is. And she must have had a chip under the table, and the slab was just too expensive, and so she just kind of took out a chip and tossed it in for free. I have some Amazonite, some polished Amazonite anyway, but that was sweet of her to do that. Then shungite. I've never seen shungite available as well, I don't think. So that was interesting. very glassy, polished finish. And I need to look that up. I don't know where I know of shungite from, but it was like, oh, shungite. And just this one has a really pleasant, easy to hold shape. I think this time around that was a big factor for the stones that I chose. Was kind of, except for like this, just the deep blue sparklies and stuff. But polished stones, it was not entirely, but quite a bit about how it felt in my hand. Oh, and I got, this is another thing. I don't know that I've ever seen them at this particular show. A Herkimer diamond, which is just quartz. It sounds so special. And it is special. I shouldn't knock it. This one, I like. It doesn't look that much like a diamond. I don't know how much you're going to see. Oh, there was a sparkle. You see the purple? This one has some pretty rainbowy, almost, well, now webcam. Some rainbowy type stuff going on in it. Can you focus on it again? No? So, yeah. Oh, there we go. And there was a little bit of green showing up. Anyway. Tiny, tiny. There's some other purple showing up. Anyway. I'm seeing it on the camera now, but I'm not sure if it will show up in the actual video that results. And so, yeah, I think it was an better overhead light. I can see on this side, I can see, and I can't make it happen in the camera. There's some rainbowy effect. There we go. I almost got it. Anyway. So that she had some bigger ones, but since that had the color effect, I decided to take this little one, just a little one. So I'll have to drag out my my book, because this is all, I just grab sort of instinctually. It's really a festival of impulse buying when I go to the extent that my income allows, and pretty much with this little crystal haul here, and it is a haul. This is, even though some of it is quite small, and even a lot of these bigger stuff, they were like $7 a stone or something. It's a lot. What was I going to say? I was in the middle of saying something. I guess it wasn't too important. It'll come back around if it needs to. And I got a little selenite heart. It's like I can't go to these things without getting some selenite. A lovely little selenite heart. So right now, all I have before getting this was wands and yeah, I think I have 3 wands. 2 wands with blunt ends and 1 wand that has the point. And I'm not using them very much, and I can hold them. They're comfortable in the hand, but I don't know, I just couldn't pass up a selenite heart. I saw some other types of hearts out and about, but again, you can't buy everything. And then there's this ginormous, and again, I think this was $5, and I think this was, even though it's big, and I have some tiny little Apache tears. This is Apache tear, and this has just this perfect little thumb rub that's really smooth right here, and the rest of it's kind of rough. But I think this was $3, and it's just a huge thing of Apache tear, obsidian. And I don't think that needs to be back in the bag. Some of these others are a little soft. Alright, so we're on now to, oh, I might as well show you this. We're on to the palmish stones. So this one, this is Kambamba Jasper, and at first, it's not showing up very well. There we go. Gives it a little bit, you can see. I passed these up initially because I've got some Kambamba Jasper. I got just some smaller polished stones, and I love it, but I thought, you know, I don't need more Kambamba. But then I saw, where is it? Oh my gosh, guys, I don't know if you see, there's a triple spiral. It's just so cosmic. It's so cosmic, I couldn't pass it up. These just, to me, they are very cosmic stones. Look at that. Galaxies are forming. Galaxies are forming. Okay, so there's the Kambamba. I ended up going back. So I went around the first time in a state of complete selfishness. Except I did see one thing that I was sure needed to go to my sister. So I did that first, and then the next time around, I was looking for family members. Because the last time I think I've gotten tumbled stones for everybody, like assorted bags of tumbled stones. And that only went over so well because the bags were not very even in terms of what they included. But anyway, I did that one time. And then I think the last time I got stones, I just got a stone for my brother and my sister. And I got some heat for it. My mother wanted to have some more stones. So so this time I felt like I needed to get a stone for her. So my sister, my brother, and my mother and my father probably doesn't care about a stone, but I decided to get him some Kambamba Jasper as well. So I was in there looking over the stones and I couldn't resist. Couldn't resist. So these are kind of rounder than palm stones for the most part, but they're kind of like that. This is something called green opal, and I just don't have anything that has the title opal among my stones, and clearly it's not an opal, but I just liked it. It's one of those things. It's just like, I like this spotty. I like the green spotty stone with the kind of rusty blush to it. So I was into that. I have some rough rose quartz, and I've got some small tumbled stones. But, oh, it's flashing a little blue at me too. But this just has such a lovely color. It has a pretty deep, it's almost actually kind of a lavender. And yep, I'm getting rainbows here. And again, it just fits. It just fits in the hand. It's just a really nice shape, kind of either way you want to hold it. So yeah, I'm probably overdue to fortify my heart chakra with a little rose quartz. It's funny how you just see really different things at every year, different things are more available. And so if they're more available, they're cheaper. And because everybody's got it. And, you know, there are things that, you know, you hardly ever see, and suddenly they'll crop up. Or things that are very common are not available. So this is blue apatite, And I just kind of liked the, you know, it's almost like a honeycomb kind of a pattern in it, as well as the deep, deep blue. This one's got a little bit, I don't know if I can show it. See, it's got a little bit of flash in there. All you're getting is glare, but there is a little iridescence going on. So got a nice deep blue apatite. And then I'll show the blue calcite. And again, these were $7. They called them for sale. I'm not sure quite what that meant. But all of these, they were each, I think each $7. And a big chunk of blue calcite. I'm not sure what significance it will have or what. It was just a different shade of blue, and so I had to get each shade of blue. It's a pretty hefty, it feels like a stone of substance, like it would be a good stone to hold while you meditate. And then, as I was thinking, you know, they had lots of fossils, and I was just going over them and just like, you know what? Fossils, I don't usually go out looking for fossils anyway, but I was thinking fossils just aren't cutting it this year. That's something I'm not even feeling tempted to get. And then I found these for a reasonable price. And this one in particular, I thought, I just have to have that baby. I have to have that baby. I have a little ammonite, and I've got a big thing that I can't remember the name of. And it would be a bit of a reach. I've had it on the channel before, but I've never had like a fully 3D creature like this. And it even looks like maybe it was cut off here, you know, like maybe it went even further around. And there it is, it was $12. So yeah, groovy. Literally even. It's got grooves. And having gotten these, again, a lot of times, although I've got some stones like this, a lot of times my stones are like this. They're little. And with some of these, it's like, you know, like with this sparkly azurite, it's like, I'm not going to leave that out to gather dust. I feel like I need some tiny little bell jars or something. Oh dear. And then the bell jars will have to be, maybe I need a display case, because I'm just not into things that have to be dusted. Okay, so here's the grand thing that I was surprised. Like, really? I wasn't expecting this to show up, because again, it has been hard to find. And it is, honest to God, real life citrine. And this has incredible clarity. It's got some little doodads in there. And you can't tell here. Maybe I need something white to hold up behind it, because the table is showing through it. There you go. Maybe you see it's that almost a smoky green. In other colors, here it looks smoky under the lights I currently have, but it also can appear a little bit on the limeish side. And this, I went looking years ago, and again, see, you can see the other stones through it. It's just incredibly clearer than I think any other quartz that I have. Will it stand? No, it did stand. I got it when it was standing up, I think. Maybe not. It might need a stand. It's got this here, and so there's only kind of a small surface it needs a pillow or something. I wanted citrine years ago, and because I'd heard it was good, I got into chakras because I was having problems after my, and there you can kind of see some of the green, my hysterectomy. And so I wanted something to work on the sacral chakra area. And I'd heard that this was good for it, despite the fact that it's really kind of a greenish color. And so I was looking for it. And there I just got a blue flash out of it. And so I went looking for it specifically at one of these shows and ended up with the baked amethyst kind. A nice big point that I've shown on here before. Stop, Ginger. The dog chewing on her leg. And didn't realize until I got home that it was not a natural citrine, but was the superheated amethyst. And I still love the point. It's a great big honking thing, and that was pretty much their way of, I think, coping with the fact that there wasn't, there was a lack of citrine on the market at the time, was to do more of this baking of quartz. And anyway, this is the first. There was only one place that had real citrine, and who knows how many they had set, back behind. And this was $30. This big piece. And so that was my most expensive purchase here. All of the other ones were pretty much minor. They add up, but they're, minor. I think this was the next most expensive one right here. And so I don't know if they had like 7 or something. They still didn't have very many of them, which is part of the reason it's like, well, I've got to get one of them because next year there might not be any again. It might be completely gone again. So there it is, my crystal haul for 2019, and I feel like this one could last me a while. Maybe it was actually a little bit rough for me to get there. I had to stop and get a Coke, get some caffeine in me, even though it's only an hour away. I was feeling kind of sleepy, and it was in the middle of the day. And so if I didn't have the incentive of of not having gone to it last year, it's like, well, since I didn't go last year, I have to go this year. And I ended up pushing myself, and I'm glad I did. This is a fun group of stones for me, and I enjoyed getting some things for my family, and well, it's always kind of fun to see how people react. I mean, maybe they won't like the stone you got them, I don't know, but they're curiosities. So at the very least, the person's curiosity is piqued for the moment. Anyway, alrighty, take care. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.